So I just want to talk a little bit about how we can make our army of awesome even more awesome. I've been working with the Thunderbird community, helping them kind of plan and work around some of the more difficult conversations they have to have internally, and wrestling with some of the tough issues that come up. And I have some thoughts and reflections that I want to share with you. And to do that, I actually want to start with a moment that was unawesome for me in kind of almost every way, which was supposed to be an exciting moment. It was the first bug that I've ever submitted to Bugzilla. I was pumped, I was jazzed, I put it up, I tweeted about it, it crossed over to Facebook, and the first response I got back from someone in the community was, I bet it's a duplicate. And yeah, thank you, yes indeed, that was not the feeling I had. It was more strong than that. And here's the interesting thing, is actually the person who said that was probably right. There is a better than 50% chance that a bug submitted by a new user is going to be duplicated. In my case, I'm proud to say it's not. In fact, I'd invested hours to make sure that it wasn't. So it was a really tough experience. But it revealed to me kind of a deeper problem that we have, which is we don't know who we lose because they get turned off by an initial impact that we have of our community. We don't know those people because we never get data from them again. They disappear. And our awesomeness depends on our social capital. It's the number of people that we're able to gather in and the quality of those people. And I think we have kind of a certain amount of tension in how we work, which is often people get attracted to us because they like to code, they have an idea, and they come in, and they're going to work on the project, or maybe they're going to observe for a bit and kind of help on us some patches. But over time, the more you get involved and the more useful you become, maybe you've experienced this, but frustratingly, you find that you have less time for coding and more time doing something else, which is dealing with other people. And in fact, I think you spend more and more time, kind of the more senior you become and the more influence you have, actually dealing with other people. And when things really go sideways, it actually doesn't even feel like this anymore. It feels a lot more like this. And the thing that's interesting in this is that we have real influence over what that pie chart looks like and how we behave in it. And so we have kind of 4 big variables, I think, on how we control awesomeness. Technology, norms and culture, skills and tools. I can't help you with technology because I'm not even a coder. It's a big, embarrassing ambition. But I can talk about the other 3. And I can tell you as a negotiation consultant who's been doing this for 10 years, there is a code to collaborating. We can help ourselves become smarter and better. We can shape community norms and how we're working together to improve the number of people who come in, the experience they're having, and I think make code happen faster and better. So here's the bug that I submitted, and you can see my name's next to it. What are some of the things that we could be doing? Well, one thing I think would be interesting is if this is your first bug ever submitted, why don't we put new next to you? And then that way people know maybe we should be treating David a little bit more with kitty gloves and explaining things to him and understanding that he might be running into some problems, because not every user is going to come in as experienced as your most experienced users. We can't expect everybody to have a thick skin, because if we do, we're only ever going to get thick-skinned people, and that's not a huge number of people who are out there. So that's one. Another is, awesome. Another is there are more people who don't speak English than who do. And if someone sits around for a number of hours really working hard on a bug report, struggling with the language, trying to make sure it's right, and then when they show up and the first thing we do is dump all over them, that doesn't feel like the right thing for us to be doing. We actually want to be encouraging these people, so maybe we should say, hey, someone actually has English as a second language. And in fact, what I've been doing with Diedrich Van Leer, who's an incredible guy I've been working with, is trying to figure out if we can segment the bug submitter community and figuring out are there different types of people so we can figure out how to treat them differently and we can engage with them on a level that is most helpful to them and most helpful to the project. And we've actually tried to encode that into a Jetpack add-on where we predict the likelihood of a bug getting patched based on the past performance of the people involved and the number of people involved and some other variables, which I think could be an important tool to module owners to help allocate resources more effectively. What we'd also like to do is actually figure out if someone's using inappropriate language, can we flag it? Not so that we can go and punish that person, but so we can pull them inside and say, hey man, what's going on? Why are you feeling frustrated? Let's solve that problem with them and prevent them from turning other people off of getting involved in our community. And I think we do a bunch of things right in Bugzilla. We model behavior, we say what we want, but we could be doing more. We could be asking why, really driving deep at the interest of users. But even more importantly is, I think, we hire people, we get people engaged because of their coding skills, but actually people get promoted and they do well, they advance in the community because of their negotiation abilities. These are the skills that are actually the ones that become the most important. And here are kind of 4 key skills of any good facilitator and negotiator. And when I look at our most problematic patches, I'm not going to tell you which one this is, but it actually goes on and on and on. This is the only skill anyone's using in that patch. Everybody keeps saying, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. No one's actually asking questions trying to understand what other people are saying. No one's displaying that they've understood what somebody else is saying. But here, this is what I actually think you're trying to tell me right now. No one's acknowledging that someone's feeling frustrated or happy or feeling good about the thing that they've contributed. We're all just arguing with each other. and the other 3 skills are really important. So awesomeness depends on you. It's up to you to model behavior. Right now, I think we're skilled but unaware. We could become skilled and aware. There's a whole methodology for doing this, and I want to help. Thank you so much. Thanks.